subscription button, and that way you will get notifications of our daily YouTube, so you won't miss out on anything. So thanks again for joining, everyone. It's a beautiful day here in Foothill Ranch, and my name is Mona Cabrera, and I'm the Registered Dietitian here for the Lifestyle Program. And so today we are going to be talking about tips on how to eat out and stay healthy and still being able to reach your health and nutrition goals. So more and more restaurants are opening up now, and maybe you have been inside for a few months because of the pandemic and you're eating out and really want to know how to do this while still on your nutrition plan. And there is a way. When there is a will, there is a way. So we are going to be talking about that today, because who doesn't like to go out and enjoy a restaurant meal with the right company? It's almost as good as cooking at home, but they do the dishes for you. And that's always the nice part for me, or whoever does the dishes at home, right? So less work for you. But there are a few things that I want you to know so you can make the smartest choices for you. So the downside of eating out in the restaurants is that you are not in control of the menu and you are not in control of their cooking methods. We get more calories, more fat, more sugar, more sodium, more additives when we eat out. There's about 1.5 times the sodium that we need per day in one meal, and we usually get more than 50% of our daily recommended calories from one meal out, and 90% of our daily recommended fat allowances. So if you have the right knowledge and planning ahead, you can ensure that you can eat out in restaurants without it being a disaster for your health goals and your lifestyle. So we're going to be talking about that today. So number one is the pre-game. So if you know you're going to be eating out, let's say for dinner, so you know that you're going to be going out, so there's time to plan. So what I recommend is 30 to 40 minutes before you go to dinner, you have some fiber at home. So a bowl, maybe a salad, a bowl of some raw veggies that you can just super high in fiber snack. So that will help control your blood sugar and you not getting to the restaurant ravenous. So you are a little bit more in control, and we want to be in control, right? So about 30 to 40 minutes before you go out to eat, I suggest having some veggies. That's number one. We want to control our appetite. Number two, if you have this already planned out that you're going to be going to a restaurant, you can scope out the menu. So most restaurants now, even fast food joints, they all have their menu online. So there's a lot of information on there that you can check. So you're going to plan ahead of time and make some choices that align with your nutrition goal. It's definitely easier to make that decision at home, what you're going to be ordering, than when you are sitting at the table and you've got the waiter on your shoulder, or you've got your company and everyone's talking and you feel a little bit more stressed out, and you might make just a quick decision on what to order. So this way you're going to be scoping out the menu, planning out, and really you're setting yourself up to make a smarter choice. So when you're at home, you are going to be making that decision. And just remember, one decadent meal out in a restaurant, but when most meals are checking the boxes. So also, if you are going to be planning to go out for dinner, what you can also do is during that day, you can have less snacks, so you're sort of balancing out your whole day. Maybe less calories at lunch, maybe less snacks, and still controlling your appetite. Having the vegetables or a salad bowl before you go, 30-40 minutes before, will help control that appetite as well. So far we're pre-gaming and we're scoping out the menu. The next one is decoding that menu. Is looking at the menu. Restaurants use gratin, confit. So what this means is that your protein is coated in crumbs, coated in some kind of cheese, and then cooked in animal fat. So if you know what these words are, that you're looking out for these words, you would know to avoid these dishes. And so you want to look out for other words, other descriptive words, where the protein is going to be cooked in a healthier cooking method, such as broiled, sauteed, lightly sauteed, and where they just use a little bit of oil and spices and herbs. Broiled, grilled, so those are what you would want to be looking for. So again, baked, broiled, grilled, where they just use a little bit of oil, spices, and herbs. And same goes for veggies. So you could have zucchini fries, sweet potato fries, eggplant chips. All these sound so healthy, but yet they're not. Sorry. So other words, so that means that they're all battered and then they're also fried, okay? So other words would be like tempura, fritters, fried, crunchy, battered. These are also ones that you want to avoid, and looking more for the steamed and roasted and grilled options for you. So also other things would be like creamy, buttery, bechamel, carbona, biscuit, hollandaise sauce, scampi. These all mean that they're heavy cream based and have a lot of butter and mayonnaise and cheese. So definitely look out for those and try to avoid those options on the menu. So when you know the language that restaurants use on their menu, it's going to be easier for you to make a healthier option. So, and for dressings, herbs, could be maybe a tomato-based sauce, avoiding creamy pesto. So definitely look out for those words. You want oil-based, vinegar, herbs. Okay, so number 4. Oftentimes we will order a salad because we feel like a salad is going to be a safe option, and I'm going for a salad. Order the salad, the waiter walks away. Well, unfortunately, salads are not always the healthiest option. They can rack up the calories. Some salads are over 1,000 calories. So when you want to order a salad and you're looking for a healthy option, there are things that you can ask for. So what I would recommend is if there's some kind of crispy topping on top, candied nuts and cheese, these all pack a lot more calories and sugars. So you want to ask for these options if you want them on the side, so you can control how much of them that you're going to add. Okay, and also for your salad dressings, you want to go easy on these, and so you want to ask for your salad dressing on the side, going more for oil and vinaigrette option. Sometimes the restaurants would add the dressing, and it can go up to like 400 extra calories. And you don't need the 400 extra calories, so we're going to ask for our dressing on the side, go for a light vinaigrette dressing. All the crispy, higher sugar, higher fat options, if we want some of them, we can ask for those on the side, and just you can be in control of what you put on your salad. So, but salad is definitely a great option with a healthy protein on it, fish, chicken, beans, tofu, what have you. So definitely speak up when you order that salad, which takes me to the next topic, is speaking up. Speaking up in the restaurant when you're ordering is a very simple and very effective way to stick to your nutrition and health plan. So we want to ask our waiter how something is prepared. You can ask about the portion sizes. Is this a big portion? Is it small? Do you think this is a portion size for 2 people? Maybe I can share it. Are there any kinds of substitutions? If I get 2 sides, let's say there's mashed potatoes and vegetables as your side, you can absolutely say, I don't want the baked mashed potatoes, because those are definitely filled with more fat and calories from cream and cheese and butters. So you can ask for 2 sides of vegetable. So you can remove the mashed potatoes and ask for 2 sides of vegetables. And that's definitely a way that you can control your plate. And what's the worst thing that can happen? They say, no, I'm sorry. Okay. So that would be the worst thing that would happen. So definitely speak up. The most effective way to stick to your plan. The next tip for you would be to hydrate. I'm always talking about hydration. So hydrate with lemon water. When we eat out, we are absolutely getting a high amount of sodium, so we need more water. And having that lemon water is going to help digestion, ease your digestion, and it's just a natural detoxification agent. So definitely ask for a lemon water and drink more water. So the next one is if you're going to a restaurant and they bring bread out to you on the table, right? If you know that it's a restaurant that brings out bread, for one, you can say, no thank you, we are going to skip the bread today. Sometimes that's easier than having the bread sit there and you trying to control yourself because you did not want to have that bread at that meal. And it's hard, and everyone else is eating bread. So if you guys all decide, everybody at your group decides no bread, then just tell the waiter, no bread. Or if you decide that you want to do bread, you can balance out everything that night, and maybe you're going to drink less alcohol than you would typically drink. Or you can make choices on what's more important to you. And that way, you're going to control your carbohydrate and your sugar intake, because we know that bread, wine, and dessert are all high in carbohydrates and sugar. So we're still trying to meet our health goals, so we're going to make the decision on which one we're going to be eating that night. So definitely curbing that bread intake. So the next one is monitoring our portion sizes. So we know at restaurants, a lot of restaurants give you big plates, and 3-4 people can eat off that plate, right? So dishes easily are past 1,000 calories. I've seen some at 1,500, almost to 2,000. So it is definitely a large amount. So what you want to do is definitely control your portion size. So one tip is before the food comes out, because when we have our plate there, it's easy to finish that plate because we're busy talking and chatting and having a good old time and not really listening and tuning into our stomach and our fullness cues, that pretty soon that plate is empty and we're just like, okay, did I just eat all that food? So what you can do is when you order, you can ask the waiter, before you bring out my plate, can you put 2/3 of it or half of it, depending on the portion sizes in that restaurant. You know, it's much easier to control your portion size, right? So, or when he brings it out, you ask for a to-go box. But it definitely is easier when that big plate in front of you has already been portioned out for you already. So that you can do. Another thing you can do is to monitor your portions is instead of ordering a dinner plate, you can order 2 starters. So looking at the starters on the menu, you can order a couple starters, and oftentimes it's more satisfying to have 2 starters versus a big plate of just 1 entree, because you get the variety, you get different flavors, you find it more fun, and you can also share it with the table as well. So especially if you're having a pasta dish, let's say you went with a pasta, sharing with everyone else on the table will help control your portion size that way as well. So monitoring your portions, asking for that to-go box before it's in front of you is key. It will really help you control portion sizes. And or next one I'm going to be talking about is another thing that's really hard to control are the chips. So you're going to a restaurant and they're known to bring out bowls and baskets of chips. So what you can ask for is do provide those substitutions. So you can ask for a bowl of veggies to be dipping in that salsa, that guacamole or hummus, what have you at that time. And so vegetables, whatever they bring you, tomatoes, cucumbers, celery, carrot sticks, you're still gonna get the crunch that chips would have given you, but you're not gonna get all the added calories and fat and that fullness feeling that you're gonna have before you've even gotten your main meal. So it's really gonna help control your caloric intake that night. Plus, you're gonna be getting all the nutrients and fiber from dipping your vegetables. And it's a really good way to get your children as well to eat more vegetables without it not being, so hard, because they have their dip and salsa, hummus, or guacamole. So substituting out chips and asking for a plate of veggies is really a good tip when we're eating out. So last but not least is what we want after dinner, a little dessert maybe. So you're gonna decide if that's something that you had planned on, and if you are going to be ordering the dessert, and the table, first of all, has decided to order a dessert. Sometimes you go out and we're like, okay, we're not having dessert, don't bring the dessert menu. That's one way to control your dessert intake, because it's easier not to see what's on the menu, so you don't even think about it. So you can say no thank you to the dessert menu. But if you guys, as a group, have decided that you guys are going to have dessert, I do encourage maybe a decaf coffee or an herbal tea. And if that is not sufficient for you, definitely go ahead and order a dessert. Maybe there's a fruit dessert or a sorbet, something on the lighter side. And then also ask for one scoop and just really portion control it. And at the same time, you're going to enjoy your dessert. That's what I recommend. So that was 10 tips on eating out and really trying to stay healthy and focus on your nutrition goals so you can meet your health goals. Lots of tips, and there's so many more tips, but I gave you 10 today. I think it's it gives you a good start on, eating out and still being in control as much as we can when we eat out, right? And making healthy food choices, just having that knowledge, and knowledge is power. And so hopefully these 10 tips will help you the next time you go out. So if you guys have any questions, definitely put it in the comment box and we'll get back to you on those. And I appreciate you guys joining every Tuesday. I will be back this week. The cooking demonstration has moved up from Friday to Thursday at 2 p.m. So I hope to see you then, and until then, stay healthy and safe, and I'll talk to you all and see you all on Thursday.